Thank you, Sally. Independent contractor status. It's a subject we don't talk much about at Insperity, mainly because we only deal with employees. According to the IRS, the general rule is that an individual is an independent contractor if the payer has the right to control or direct only the result of the work and not what will be done and how it will be done. The IRS has developed a 20-point test, which includes factors such as instructions, training, integration, services rendered personally, and more. Meanwhile, the NLRB's current standard is a 10-factor common law test to determine whether there is an employer-employee relationship. Some states, though, such as California, set a much higher bar. In September 2019, AB 5 was enacted, which requires the ABC test to determine independent contractor status. It presumes an individual is an employee unless the employer can satisfy all three of the following conditions. A, the worker is free from control and direction of the hiring entity in connection with the performance of the work, both under the contract for the performance of the work and in fact. B, the worker performs work that is outside the usual course of the hiring entity's business. And C, the worker is customarily engaged in an independently established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature as that involved in the work performed. Additionally, where a court determines the ABC test cannot apply for a reason other than an express exception, the Borello test will apply. It relies on even more factors, such as 1, whether the worker performing the services holds themselves out as being engaged in an occupation or a business distinct from that of the employer. 2, whether the work is a regular or integral part of the employer's business. 3, whether the employer or worker supplies the instrumentalities, tools, and the place for the worker doing the work. 4, whether the worker has invested in the business, such as the equipment or materials required by their task. 5, whether the service provided requires a special skill, and so on. In order to help understand all this better, we've asked someone to join us here today to speak further about the independent contractor status.
Oh, I'm not happy. I don't like this chair, and I don't like this Zoomy nonsense, and I don't like being here. I'm a grumpy old man, and I don't like everything the way it is now compared to the way it used to be. Nowadays, everything's got to be better and safer. In my day, we didn't have employees or overtime or benefits. When I was a kid, we worked 19 hours a day and got paid 20 cents, period. If we worked an extra hour, we just worked an extra hour. There were no namby-pamby labor laws or breaks or meal periods. If your arm got smashed in a giant printing press, there wasn't any OSHA to help. You just screamed, "Oh no, my arm's been crushed," and then you went right back to work. If you fell off a ladder and landed on your head, you just pushed your eyeball back in its socket and climbed right back up that ladder. We didn't have no workers' compensation. We were sleep deprived, armless, sightless, brain damaged idiots, and we liked it.
Okay, that didn't help at all. So, thank you, I guess.
And all of this fiddle faddle about ABC tests and Borneo tests. Phooey! In my day, there were two groups, the owners and the workers. The owners sat in a nice cushy office high above while the workers shut their traps and did their jobs. If you got killed, you just got up again and went back to work. And that's the way it was because we were dumb, ignorant, dead morons.
Yeah, sure. Sally, can we get him off of here? Anyway, as I was saying, there are major penalties for misclassification of independent contractors, such as civil penalties from $2,200 to $25,000 per violation. There are also other consequences, such as underpaying taxes, having to pay the employee's missed-share of payroll taxes, penalties, interest, and, if they should have been non-exempt, in California, things like missed break and lunch penalties and overtime might be owed.
Break and lunch penalties? What kind of sissified nonsense is that? Today, everybody is spoiled rotten. When I was a kid, we got 5 minutes once a day to do our business, eat our lunch, and get back to work. That was it. End of story. Pull the curtains, close the shutters. Good night.
Moving on. In February 2022, the White House released a report which recommended the Department of Labor continue to prioritize action to prevent and remedy the misclassification of workers as independent contractors. They also indicated that the misclassification undermined union organizing rights and announced that they will be hiring 100 new investigators to boost enforcement efforts.
Department of Labor, flibbity flabbity floppity flu. What a bunch of horse pucky. In my day, they would beat us with giant lead pipes and throw our bloody corpses into the river. There weren't any state or federal agencies watching out for us, and we liked it. We liked it just fine.
Wow, just wow. Okay, so in closing, because this has gone on much too long already, what can we say to clients who ask about independent contractors? Well, not much really. The safest thing is to advise them to speak with their outside counsel, since ultimately they are going to be the ones to have to defend the company's decisions. There are also some email templates available in Nexus under Independent Contractor Client Communication. In them, a few links to websites are included, such as the IRS Contractor or Employee webpage, Pamphlet 1779, the Fair Labor Standards Act Advisor e-laws, and SBA.gov. Thank you for your time.
And now you can all get back to your cushy little jobs, talking on the phone, typing out emails, and all that other gobbledygook you call work. In my day, we